Another group of people in this were the uncertain searchers, and this was 22% of the people they interviewed. These people are still trying 2 to 15 years after the retirement. They're still trying to figure out what to do with this time of their life. They haven't figured it out yet. They have mixed feelings, some good and some bad about retirement. They're still trying to discover some kind of goals or activities that will give them purpose and meaning. And that's the two key words here, are purpose and meaning. It has to be something that's going to be meaningful to you, that you're going to do with the rest of your life. These people did not give much forethought on how they wanted to spend retirement. And what's funny about this is some of the people in this category weren't on track financially either. So it kind of correlates maybe, because there's no planning financially. There's probably no planning for the emotional and the life planning of your practice, of your life after you've retired. And the fourth stage were the worried strugglers, and you notice that's 40%. That's the largest category in these four groups. And these people are having a very difficult time in their retirement years. They feel a sense of emptiness, they're worried, they're bored, they're sad, and again, lack of planning, not deciding what they're going to do with the rest of their life. And then the fifth stage in this study was 16 years after the people have retired. They're content with retirement, they've accepted it, they don't have low levels of depression, it's the time for personal reflection. They've come to terms with what retirement has to offer. And they're just confronting end-of-life issues at this point in their life. So some of the best things about retirement with this study by Ameriprise Financial was the liberation, where you have more control over your own time because you're not going into work every day. And I think for dentists, this applies more than any profession that I know of. You know, the typical dentist gets up, goes to work at 8 o'clock, gets in, has a morning huddle for maybe 15 minutes, and then they see their first patient. Their hygienist is seeing their first patient. And immediately you're starting to look at the clock to make sure that you're on time. About halfway through the appointment, you go in, you check your hygienist. You make sure she's on time, you do the check, you go back and you finish up your patient. The whole time you're looking at the clock to make sure that you're going to finish on time. Your hygienist is going to finish on time. And now you're worried about if your next patient's going to be there. So constantly, all day, 8 hours a day, 4 days a week, on and on throughout the year, we're constantly looking at a clock. So I think when dentists retire, they are the ones that are going to feel more liberation about time than any other profession because we're so tied into time with appointments. So 23% of the people they interviewed felt retirement was an opportunity to relax, not having to go in and work every day. And 17% felt it was an opportunity to reinvent their life. And I think that number now could be 50% or more with the baby boomer generation coming on, because they are definitely going to want to reinvent their life.